Okay, so let's make a video about Rob Gronkowski's blocking ability. Why not? His blocking's been good, and so let's break it down and talk about what he's doing so well. We'll start off with this one. We're going to start off with the Washington game. Really, we're just talking playoffs here. Playoffs, yeah. And the way it's going to work is this one is going to be he has a one-on-one matchup against Montez Sweat. Everyone was kind of freaking out over when he one-on-one blocked Chase Young, but that's not a new thing for Gronkowski, especially not in the postseason. In fact, he's going to block Sweat here. He's also one-on-one blocked Marcus Davenport, Cam Jordan, Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary, along with Chase Young and Sweat in this postseason. So this is something he just kind of does. And on this one, there is a play action, so that obviously helps. Gives Sweat a bit of a late start. Eventually, Sweat might have been able to find time to get pressure, but again, if it takes Brady more than 3 seconds to get the ball off, then it almost feels like it's not your fault because he usually gets the ball off so quickly, and that would have probably taken 4 seconds for him to actually get sacked. There is also this one. This is going to be a running play, and what's happening is that Gronkowski's going to be flashing over to the right, which usually means that all the offensive linemen kind of block to their left, and then the way they get the contain guy is by having the tight end run over, and he's going to block, once again, Montez Sweat. Once this play starts, you see that Gronkowski really does a good job at just getting over and getting in position to be able to make this play. And again, that's kind of one of the great things about Gronkowski as a tight end is obviously he's an incredible blocker, but he also has speed, and that works in multiple different ways, and it's working pretty well here. Gronkowski's able to hold his own, finish off this block, and it really is incredible what he's able to do. I mean, I used to feel like when Gronkowski was in his heyday, I honestly felt like he could transition and play tackle if he really wanted to. He was that good of a blocker. I'm not 100% sure I feel that way about him now. Maybe I just hyped him up earlier when I was a little bit younger and didn't quite know as much about football. But I definitely still feel like he's probably, if not the best blocking tight end in the league, he's up there. This one's another good example. So he's going to be part of a double team right here with Cam Jordan. So he's going to be blocking Cam Jordan, and then you're going to have, actually, it's the extra offensive lineman, Joe Haig. He's going to block Jordan, but then go up to block a linebacker. So extra offensive linemen in here, and then you have Gronkowski. So it's almost like you have 7 offensive linemen. And once this play starts, you notice how they're able to get Jordan to kind of turn his shoulders a little bit over to the right of the screen. And you notice Jordan's left foot is completely off the ground right here. Jordan's definitely gotten pushed a good amount. And a lot of this is Gronkowski. Gronkowski's the one who's getting Jordan over because this is going to end up being a run all the way to the left of the screen, which is to Gronkowski's right. And as you see, he does hold on to, able to finish off the block, gets Jordan out of position enough that he gives Fournette room to run. Just a really good block by Gronkowski. Gronkowski's really effective, and he's especially effective in the running game. It opens the door for Tampa Bay to do stuff like this, too. One of the real ways that they can be effective at play action is just by fooling the defensive line. It honestly doesn't matter as much about the linebackers. It's more about just getting Brady more time. And on this play, you have Gronkowski, who's going to be one-on-one blocking Cam Jordan right here. But again, there's a play action, and this one's going to be a much harder play action to try and get this position to work. And because of this, that could end up helping Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady. And so Brady takes the snap, Gronkowski and Jordan go off screen for a second, and you do see that Jordan eventually was going to get some pressure. But again, that's fine. You're not expecting Gronkowski to be able to shut down Jordan one-on-one. I mean, the best tackles in the league can't really do that consistently, so I don't expect a tight end to do it. But the fact that Gronkowski can hold his own against one of the best edge rushers in the league, I think just goes to show what kind of value he brings to Tampa Bay in the blocking game. Now, it hasn't been perfect. In fact, honestly, Gronkowski might have screwed up what's, to this point, probably the biggest play Tampa Bay has had all season, where this is the Scotty Miller Hail Mary-ish play. You have Preston Smith going up one-on-one against Rob Gronkowski. And watch how Smith is going to be able to just pull off this quick little swim move. And, it wasn't because of Gronkowski that play worked. It was really because Fournette kind of saved the day he read the play, was able to deliver a blow to Smith, and the ball was getting thrown pretty quickly. Honestly, even if there was immediate pressure, Brady maybe still makes that throw, but it certainly helped that Fournette was in position to, he could actually come over and help save the day. And yeah, I mean, the best edge rushers in the league, or even good edge rushers, can beat Gronkowski. He's not a god, but he's still top tier blocking tight end. And that can also help set up stuff like this, where it's going to be a tight end screen to the bottom of the screen. And one of the reasons why I think that it works so well to have a tight end screen to a good blocking tight end is you don't have to really use a tackle to block anybody. What I mean is Green Bay has a very traditional setup where towards the right of the center, there's only one defensive tackle and one edge rusher. But now Gronkowski can kind of block the edge rusher for a second before running out and trying to get open. And then you also have, the right guard. He just one-on-one blocks the defensive tackle. And then you can put your right tackle and your center, which is Ryan Jensen and Tristan Wirfs. They can both run up and, lead block for Gronkowski. So Brady takes a snap. Gronkowski, blocks for a second and then gets open. And the reason why that works so well is no one's surprised by the fact that Gronkowski is blocking a tight end or blocking an edge rusher one-on-one. If this was Cameron Brate, who all of a sudden is blocking an edge rusher one-on-one, people might be a bit confused because that's not something he does. That's not his game, and people might be a bit suspicious. But with Gronkowski, you're less suspicious of it because that is something he does. That is part of his game. Now, the reason why you can't do this kind of thing with a sheer blocking tight end is because you still want to get the ball into their hands and you want them to have enough speed to be able to pick up some yards after the catch. That's the whole point of a screen pass. On this play, people are getting taken accounted for downfield, but the issue is that Packers defensive lineman made a good read on this play, despite the fact that I'm talking about how, it's tough to read. It actually kind of looked like, to some degree, Tampa Bay's right guard on this one maybe could have lost his one-on-one matchup more. You don't need to block the guy that well because now there's someone right in the area and Gronkowski's going to have to outrun him. But Gronkowski can do that. Like, watch, as you see, Gronkowski moves. He's able to basically just run in a straight line mostly, but moves a little bit and gets to the 30-yard line. And that's set up by his good blocking. It's also, set up by his good ability to run after the catch. And he's uniquely qualified to do that. And so I know this is a video about his blocking, but, that's related to his blocking. I think one of the real adjustments Tampa Bay has clearly made in this postseason is by having Gronkowski block more. Where in the regular season, Gronkowski blocked, on average, if you look at his run blocking snaps, he had on average 17.9 run blocking snaps per game. Whereas in the postseason, he's had a run block snap 83 times into 3 games, which means he's averaging 27.6 snaps where he's run blocking in a regular game, which is, obviously a lot. Will this matter in the Super Bowl? Actually, I think it will. I think it'll matter a lot because I think that, one of the things that Kansas City does so well is the fact that they like the blitz, and I think having a tight end blocking makes picking up a blitz a lot easier, and also I wouldn't be shocked if Tampa Bay runs the ball a lot to try and get Kansas City out of cover 2 and force them to only have one safety deep. So I think Gronkowski could absolutely be a real X factor, and his blocking could matter a lot. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.